Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, I come from a state that's been hit very, very hard. And I have to tell you, when you're sitting at your kitchen table and you work for a small auto parts manufacturer, you kind of have to scratch your head. Michigan is very proud of the role that they played in World War II as the arsenal of democracy. When the United States called them, they went from making pickup trucks in about late 1940 with 15,000 parts to less than a year later on that same assembly line pumping out bombers with over 1 million parts. Helped create the middle class. Rosie the Riveter got their start in Michigan. Kind of changed for a whole generation about how we embrace people into the workplace. So they scratch their heads and think, well, I'm a little confused. This is a great country. Through innovation, the government didn't tell them how to do that. They just asked them to go from pickup trucks to airplanes. Nobody told them to do the Chevy Bolt, of which they've spent billions of their own money at General Motors to research and develop and get close to production, or lithium-ion batteries. But now, somehow, we've given up on all of that, and we're going to ask that particular family to pay a very heavy price. We're going to ask that family to pay more for their electric bills, more for their natural gas. And how is this going to solve the problem? Well, what they're going to do is they're going to take money from those individuals, money from small businesses, and we're going to send it to Wall Street to trade in a commodity that you can't see and you can never, ever take delivery of. And oh, by the way, we've even figured out to put a loophole in here for overseas credits. So companies, if they have operations overseas, they get to figure out a new way on Wall Street to get credits there and bring it back and make more money off of the very people who are sitting at the kitchen table trying to figure out how to pay their light bill. And they scratch their heads some more and say, wait a minute, in the last 100 days, the democratically controlled government of the United States forced out auto dealers, about, I don't know, I guess they're up to over 3,000 of them. The government forced them to do that. Hundreds of thousands of people will lose their jobs because the government told them to close. By the way, those are private companies with private assets. Oh, and here's the other answer that they came up with, the government proffered viability plan for General Motors, and I'm going to quote from a UAW letter sent to us May 15th, 2009. They were asking members of Congress to join with them and talking to the Obama administration so that GM should be required to maintain the maximum number of jobs in the United States instead of outsourcing more production to other countries. Because of the government proffered viability plan, they're going to go from, the share of GM sales in the U.S. market that will be imported from these countries will increase from 15.5% to 23.5%. And by the way, they're going to close 16 U.S. manufacturing facilities. They're going to close them here from my friends on the other side of the aisle and import them from places like, and quoting from again from the UAW letter, Korea, Japan, and China for sale in this country. Thank you for working so hard all those years to develop and build some of the state-of-the-art manufacturing in the United States of America. Here's our gift to you. We're going to charge you more for your electric bill, going to charge you more for your natural gas bill, going to charge you more for your gasoline. Every product that you use will go up in price. Oh, and thanks a lot. We're going to ask that we import more vehicles because somehow maybe that helps our carbon footprint. I don't know. And then they read this in the paper. As Detroit crumbles, China emerges as auto epicenter. They are fast after it, gang. They want our middle class. And they're going to do everything they can to steal it. And what you do with this bill, and what you didn't do by adding India and China is saying, hey, listen, you either need to be with us or we're not going to let you artificially steal these jobs of people who are killing themselves to make it. You say tough. And you know what? You say so tough, and we say, yeah, we know we're going to lose jobs. How do you do that? Because in Title IV, you have Section 422, 425, 426, and 427 said, boy, we know we're going to lose a lot of jobs, and you budget somewhere up to $380 billion a year in a separate program to pay for all the jobs that you know you're going to lose in this bill. And it's not even part of unemployment. You created a whole new government program. So a government program to take their money away from them, charge them more to get up in the morning and use their water and their electricity and make their eggs and their kids to do their homework and to drive to work. You have a government program to do that. And oh, by the way, we know that's really stupid. So we're going to create a whole other government program to give you wages, and we're going to pay for some of your health care for up to 3 years, because we know this is really kind of a bad idea. But you know what? Get over it. It's the buggy whip time. But you know what? The buggy whip went away. We're still going to buy cars in America. We're still going to produce things. And this is what you do. 77,000 Americans earn a mean salary of $44,000 a year making auto parts. Goodbye. 210,000 Americans work directly in auto manufacturing. They earn a mean salary of $59,000. Goodbye. This bill says this. Give these people a break. If China and India don't comply, if we do lose one single job in this sector due to this bill, stop. Let them breathe. Let them send their kids to college. Let them earn and be a part of the American dream. And I'd yield back the remainder of my time.
Chairman, I withdraw my reservation.